At Devils.Advocate2354 said, hey Pete. Digging up water lines for cattle. Big mess, not easy fix.
That sounds like a difficult job, DA.
Get out of the box this weekend.
I will do my best to get out this weekend.
Dublin Fisherman 27 said, yo Pete, good morning, sun emoji.
Yo, Blind Fisherman, what's going on? Top of the morning to you.
Gonna be breaking.
Dublin Desmond said, thank you by the way for your nice message yesterday. We appreciate it.
Go for it.
Thank you guys for your support.
The Dutch Goblin said, good afternoon from the Netherlands.
Hey, Netherlands, what's going on? I don't know if
Angel Free Fry said, Pete Apocalypse.
I don't know if I've heard from the Netherlands before, have
And
I?
the Blind Striker said, good morning, Pete.
Yo, Blind Striker, guy who gave me my awesome lightsaber cane.
SarahCam7808 said, good morning.
Good morning. Just dance along to the music.
At Rearly4978 said, hello, Pete.
Riri, you're up. You guys are all up so early. Oh, you know what? That side camera wasn't working yesterday. Brooks told me it was black. I'm supposed to switch to it after this thing is over, but we'll find out in a second if it works. Fire off the intro first.
Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show.
And Marguerite Mitchell 1829 said hello from
And the
beautiful
moment of
British
truth.
Columbia, Canada flag
I did not
emoji.
get the bad noise. I got the happy noise, so I believe that this camera is working. And I was told that for the vertical people,
SarahCam7808 said some of us are Central and East time zone, not so early.
some of us, well, that's true. It's only
At the Blind Striker asks, what's the hardest thing about surfing?
everything.
The Rhino said, have a blessed day, Pete. I love you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Dublin Fisherman 27 said it works.
No, that's good. Thank you. I love having you guys around. You guys are so helpful and so nice, and I appreciate you all. A lot of times Brooks, he's looking at the chat. He's like watching it, and I'm like, what's going on the screen? What's going on the screen? He's like, huh? Because he's always communicating with you guys. I'm like, no, on the screen. You guys are always really helpful to tell me what's happening on the
Dublin
screen.
Fisherman 27 said, we love having you around.
I love having you guys around. It would be really sad if I woke up at this time and I was trying to talk to you guys and nobody was there.
SarahCam7808 asks, hey blind husband, how is Jenny?
Yeah, how is Jenny? Is she doing okay?
The Rhino said it's 9:18 here and I'm all the way East Coast.
9:18. Yeah, that makes sense. So I woke up I set my alarm clock for 5:55 in the morning. And, hold on a second. I got to press more buttons. Let's see. The sponsor.
The Blind Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. Order a mystery box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by
Dublin
smell.
Desmond
When
said
you're ready
she's
to
doing
know for
okay.
sure, peel to reveal.
She's
Order
just off to
today
work
at
to go clean a house.
blindpenguin.com.
But she's
And-
listening.
The new camera angle. Well, it's the same. It's the same camera that's been in front of me. The Sony ZV-E1, which miraculously, you guys keep telling me that it looks good at this hour of the day. Because as far as I know, there's like no lights in here. Just whatever's kind of like peeking in through the window. But we changed up the camera framing because Petey the Penguin used to be sitting like way over there, and because we got the bigger couch. Remember the couch that I used to have? It was the same couch that me and Superdog used to like hang out on all the time in my office. And then Banana said the thing was falling apart and I need to get something a little better looking. So we got this new couch, and it's a lot bigger. There's like another foot to it. So I felt lonely. Like Petey the Penguin was so far away. I was like, I feel lonely here. So I've moved him closer, and we've reframed it. And so now people in vertical see us sitting together. It should say the Blind Surfer live show over my head, like somewhere up there. And the horizontal people should just see me and Petey sitting right here. It's so funny, this whole like you should be seeing. Like if I could see, I would see right in front of me, but I can't. So I have to just know what I've heard in the past. And then, why is it so hot in
At
here,
Jenny said,
actually?
hi Sarah, hi Pete.
Hey, ABC Jenny, how you doing? I'm excited for your guys' review of the Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap.
Dublin Fisherman 27 said, do you prefer candy gummy or chocolate?
Candy, gummy, or chocolate? What are you talking about? Like just for treats? I don't. If it's the other thing, I don't do that. I'm boring. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't do anything.
SarahCam7808 said red heart emoji.
And it's one of these mornings where my eyes are crazy dry. Everybody's like, they're like, if you do the show without the lights on or yeah, without the lights on, then we get to see your eyes and we get to see your expressions and we get to see your full face. Except for some reason in the morning, I keep waking up with like really, really dry morning eye, and I've got a fan in front of me because it's about 108
Devlin
degrees in
Fisherman
here.
27 said no, not laced candy.
Okay. So do I like gummies
At
or
user says Team and
chocolate?
Janice Adventures asks, hi, how
Whoa.
are you doing today, Pete?
I'm good using Manitist
At
Adventures.
Poisbro said, hi, Pete.
Hey, Poisper, what's going on? As the people start to filter into the show, we are live
The
on.
Blind Striker said, hey, Pete.
Yo.
I would be interested in reviewing your blind soap.
Okay.
Would love to share it on my YouTube channel.
That's right now we're not giving any away because everybody that's gotten one has paid for it because our stocks are so low and Banana's working so hard to
7808 said laced candy is a fun time though.
sure to make them. I mean, we're literally making them one at a time, and we have just enough stock to keep the orders fulfilled. So at some point in the future, if we get ahead, we might be sending some out. But I do have a few YouTube friends with a few million followers who said that they'd be willing to check it out. So hopefully we can get up to the spot where we can start giving some away. I haven't even sent any to my parents yet. My parents are like, when do we get to check it out? I'm like, we can't keep up. Banana might even need to stop doing one of her nanny jobs in order to keep up with the demand. But, such is life when you're soap moguls like us. Get it at blindpenguin.com. I was actually thinking about, because I'm kind of like quiet and waking up in the morning, and this microphone is good for a lot of things. But starting tomorrow, I might actually grab this microphone, because it's so sensitive, my Neumann TLM 103, and I might make that my full-time morning microphone because it's sensitive and it'll allow me to be a little more quiet. But I need to mount it. I can't just hold the thing the whole entire time. I was thinking about the other day. I was telling a story of when the first time, basically everything I've done in the entertainment world has gone so badly the first time that I should have run away and cried and given up. I was telling the story of my first day as a traffic reporter. I was so scared when they went to me. I couldn't get my thoughts together. I couldn't figure out what to say, and all I did was shake and shudder, and then I didn't say anything, and they skipped me and went to the news guy. I was remembering I might have told this before. Actually, I got to tell my robot to turn on the air in here. It is just way, way, way too hot. I'll switch to the angle where you guys are at if the chat is rolling. It's your chance to be heard right now. I think it's working. I didn't check this stuff. This is what happens.
The Ministry says, "What's up, Pete?"
What's up? What's going on? I'm gonna check my check in the temperature in here. What I do is I log into my phone, and then I go to my thermostat, and then I go to the upstairs. Oh no, it's telling me to sign up. I don't want to sign up. I just want to log in. Oh no,
At
okay.
DC10 Geek says yes.
That can't be right. It says it's 77. It's not 77. It's 105.
Boy Jaming 2855 says Pete. Did you
Yo.
get the Abyssal Speak TTS running? Thoroughly says Vision.
I was
Says, by the
warned.
way, yesterday's stream was really interesting. We really enjoyed it. You guys had some great stories and things to talk about.
Well, that's fun to hear
At
because
Steam and Guinness Adventure says knock knock who's their poopy head.
I don't know.
Saracom
That was the whole joke.
7808 says at Blind Husband I did the unboxing with my family applying folded.
Yeah,
At
that's kind of funny
DC10
that you
Geek
did
says
it.
said hi.
Hi, what's going on?
Angel 3 Fry says Petey Penguin looks very huggable today.
He is the
At
most
Steam and Guinness
huggable.
Adventure says knock knock who's their poopy head.
You already told that joke, and it wasn't really funny the first time. Petey the Penguin is extraordinarily huggable. The way that they made this guy, I kind of wish he was a little bit fatter. Oh, I'm getting more messages now. Okay, that's good. I'm being told that I don't have to rush. I thought I might have a 7 a.m. session, which would have been a bit of a bummer. I would have only been able to be here for a few minutes. But Petey the Penguin, when he arrived, they did one of those space-saving things where they shrink wrapped him. Talking about Petey the Penguin right here, our mascot for Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. And he showed up, and I remember they told me, I ordered a 28-inch version of him, which is supposed to be pretty big. And I've got him sitting on something, so he should be almost as tall as me. He's probably about as tall as Banana. But he showed up in this box that was this big. I'm like, what the hell? I ordered a 28-inch stuffed animal. Why is he so little? And he'd been shrink wrapped so they could save 33 cents mailing him to me. And then I stabbed the bag, and he went, and he started to get bigger. Although I wish he was a little bit fatter. Even Banana said, she's like, if I had confidence in my sewing skills, I might poke him open, because he's got washboard abs. He's got a flat stomach. And, I don't know, he could be an in-shape penguin. I will tell you, the time I got to feel a penguin, I got to go to SeaWorld and meet a penguin. It was like this really, they let me touch everything because, you know, as a blind guy, it wasn't really doing me that much good just to have them describe the animals to me. And I got to touch this penguin. They brought it out and they put her on a table in front of me, and she was kind of waddling as I could feel her. The arms of a penguin are like hard plastic. I mean, like flippers, like just hard, like just strong. Like if they decided to whack you in the face, it would probably hurt quite a bit. But they're actually covered in feathers, which I'd heard because I knew they were. I mean, I knew that. I know that penguins are birds; they're flightless waterfowl. But the feathers on them are like so soft, and they're like overlapping. They're really tight. And she actually let me kind of like not like dig in, not like hurt the little thing, because she was pretty cool, but also pretty sensitive. But I could kind of get my fingers in between the layers of the feathers. I'm like, oh my God, it's totally like a bird. But they were so strong. Like she was just so just solid as I was touching her. And then I was sitting there feeling little birdie, feeling little penguin, and she pooped all over me. I got to repost that. I got to figure out how to repost that, not as is, but like as some sort of a promotion for blind penguin frothing hand soap. I mean, she did kind of poop all over me in a frothing manner. Maybe I can work something out of that. But that was one of the more memorable experiences of my life. In the same 3-month period, I got to go to the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, and I got to stick my finger inside the pouch of a kangaroo, which was just the softest, coziest little place that you could ever imagine. And then about a month later, I got pooped on by a penguin.
Hello.
So I've got
Twitch
to
didn't
have.
notify me until now.
It didn't notify you until
Belinda
now.
says the next soap bottle should be a penguin and its butt sprays the soap on your hand. Lol.
I mean, there's a lot of things.
C4B says hey.
Hey, what's going
Sprays
on?
the soap on
Oop,
your hand.
There we go.
LOL.
The thing broke for a second. There's a lot of things we could do with it going forward. Talking about the blind penguin soap, there's a lot of scents and designs and stuff. I'd love to do like seasonal designs and seasonal scents and have some fun with it. But
Saracom 7808 says hey Lenovo fan.
hey, Lenovo fan, all the way over in Germany. We got Germany and the Netherlands
Lenovo
checking
fan
in this morning.
2003 says hi Sarah.
Hi.
Bonsai Mania 5345 says surfing with penguins.
Surfing with penguins would be fun.
Adventure says hi, just subscribed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Though I did not get notified. Well, where are you following me? If you subscribed on Twitch, I should have gotten the whole Steve's head should have popped up, the music should have happened, I should have heard your username. And if you followed on YouTube, same thing. Skylar's head should have popped
Striker
up.
says, does your penguin have a surfboard and a dark sunglasses?
Well, he has sunglasses. He is definitely wearing sunglasses. But I wasn't trying to make the penguin. I wasn't trying to do the blind surfer again. We were making it a little bit different. But in the future there might be a scent related to. I thought about that. I was like, what scent is related to surfing? And all I could think of is seaweed or piss in a wetsuit. And neither of those are things that anybody wanted to.
At Joni BC says, good morning, sorry I'm
wanted
late.
to deal with. That's okay, Joni. You're allowed to sleep in. So I set my alarm for 5:55, and you wouldn't think it would take that long. I just walk in here and hit go, but there's quite a few things that I got to do. So 5:55, I went downstairs. I got Skylar a little treat. She loves to wake up with a
says
treat.
hi from South Africa, sir.
Nice, another
At
South
Bonsai
Africa
Mania
check-in.
5345 says good morning, Joni.
Good morning. So we got
Says, hey.
Hey, what's up, jerky? Sounds like I'm being mean. So now we got South Africa, Netherlands, and Germany here. This morning show just allows me to go worldwide. It's kind of fun. And as Sarah pointed out, so I'm rolling in here at 6:01 in the morning, and I'm like, oh, it's so early. And then people on the East Coast are like, nope, I already woke up. I had my coffee, did my breakfast, drove to work, and now I'm at the office already. The time difference. It is pretty funny because, I work, a lot of people work nationally these days, but I work globally. And, sometimes I make the crazy effort to sleep in past 6 in the morning. Isn't that crazy? But right around 5:30 in the morning is 8:30 East Coast. And a lot of the East Coast radio stations that I work with, they start sending their script at 5:30. And I have to, because of the nature of my job, I can't be unavailable. I do have my phone set to notify me. And it's a lot of sometimes when Banana wants to sleep in, she will go sleep in another room because it's a little jarring to wake up 4:35, 5:30 in the morning with my phone going ding, 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 ding. It's all the scripts coming, and that's so my morning starts every day at about 5:30. Gets a lot busier at 7:30. So you definitely have to be out of here by 7:30 in the morning. And yesterday, if you noticed during the show, I actually had to read some stuff. That was because a certain person who fancied himself to be the most famous person in the world was supposed to be testifying, and there was no way in the world that he was supposed to be able to plead the fifth, as it was not part of his plea agreement. But he did. He strode in there and he pled the fifth. And so a bunch of news outlets and news organizations that I work with are like, "Oh crap, we did not expect that." So while I was talking to you guys, I had to bolt quickly and change a bunch of promos to reflect the day's events. And I appreciated your sticking with me through that. So I got in the booth. I read that one pretty quickly. I think I got it done in about 3 minutes. Usually 5 minutes is my turnaround time, but I was mildly panicked. I was like, "Uh-oh," and I read it in
App
3
Jenny
minutes.
says separate rooms all the way.
You know, a lot of people think that the separate room things, they're like, "Oh, well, you know, that means your relationship's over if you and your wife or you and your significant other are sleeping in separate rooms." It might also just mean that we've got, completely different
At
sleeping
Joni BC
schedules.
says sorry I'm late. At HJS118 says do they send the scripts in a Braille format?
No, they don't, because I don't know Braille, so that would not be very helpful at all. I'd be like, "What are all these bumps? I don't know." And can you imagine that? Can you imagine if I told all my clients, like all 118 clients that I work with on a daily basis, if I was like, "Hey, send your stuff in Braille," and then like, how would that even work? Like would they have to like carrier pigeon it to me, send it in jet airline, like
Kimbo 14
directly
says
to my
different people
house?
sleep different. If separate rooms helps, go for it.
Yeah, totally.
Saracom 7808 says separate rooms can save some marriages. LOL.
Yeah, so I mean, Banana always, she'll like stay with me. Like I go to bed first more often than not. So we'll go into the bed, and we got 1, 2, 3. We got three bedrooms set up as bedrooms in here, and then I have been known from occasion to fall asleep on this couch, and then we got some comfortable couches in the loft, and we got some comfortable couches in the theater. So there's plenty of places to sleep, but generally, Banana will at least come into the room with me, and we'll have little night talk about the day or whatever, what we're gonna do tomorrow. And I fall asleep hard. Like I put my head on the pillow and I'm like so a lot of times I'll put in an audiobook and I set a 10-minute timer and I don't even make the 10 minutes. Like I'm out immediately. Whereas Banana, she's got crazy night brain. She's thinking about a million things at night, and she takes a long time to fall asleep. And she says it's like stressful for her. She's like, it's stressful to like, just watch you pass out. She's like, I feel like there's pressure for me to sleep, she says. So a lot of times she will go to another room, and Steve, of course, follows her. Steve, our dog, who, if you were to follow me on Twitch right now, at Pete Gustin, Steve's head would come up on the screen. He's our cute little adorable happy. He's not little, he's 60 pounds now. But he loves him some Banana. Oh my God, does he love Banana. He follows her to whichever bedroom, whichever couch, whichever bed in the house she decides to go to, and just like snuggles up right on top of her. I've never seen an animal be so obsessed.
2204 says I think so much before sleeping. Lol.
I mean, my brain is racing a million miles an hour until I get to bed.
Jenny says ha 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 ha.
I really can't.
At Syed Yusufali C4B says at Syed Yusufali C4B have extreme RP, can only count fingers, even that's also blurry.
Yeah,
At Deadpool Wolverine says said hi.
Hey, Deadpool Wolverine, I remember your username before. Good morning to you. Thanks for finding me again. I feel like. Oh, there we go.
Rafatak just followed.
I was literally, thank you, Rafatak. I appreciate that. I was having trouble. There was a couple audio issues. What was it, 2 nights ago? One of the craziest streams I've ever done. I decided to, I finished the thought. Rafatak, thank you. You just answered a question for me. The first thing that happened during that stream was I lost the ability to hear the sounds that were happening on the screen, which was pretty effing annoying because I can't see the screen. And if I can't hear the sounds, then I don't know what's going on. Why is my watch vibrating at me? Oh, yes. It's asking me. That's funny. My watch is like, you're awake. It's Thursday, July 30th. It says good morning. It's 68 degrees. Oh, wait.
Temperature currently 68 degrees, low 67 degrees, high 81 degrees.
It's go from 67 to 81 today.
Mostly cloudy. Button.
Mostly cloudy.
Battery 99%.
Oh, my battery's 99%. Good to know. So many people. Why do you wear a watch? Why do you wear a watch if you're blind? I love the gotcha moments, and there's so many gotcha moments in Instagram right now. But Instagram is full because I'm getting popular on Instagram at the moment. I think I'm at like 202,000 followers, which after about 5 years. There we go. There's a follow on YouTube. About 5 years of having not many followers at all. 202,000 is a lot. And so many people, when they're watching the videos, they're like, he's got a watch on. He's lying. He couldn't possibly be blind if he has a watch on. That's one of the big gotchas that keeps coming up. I'm like, yeah, it's an Apple Watch. And it has text to speech. It's like the reason I wear it is because I'm blind. Like because the thing tells me everything out loud. It's quite the handy little gadget to have. So I don't remember what story I was telling before that. As usual. Oh, we were talking about sleeping.
At HJS118 says your lights video was funny.
Lights video. Yeah, that was the one. That's the one that's like 2.5 million.
Clint Husband says, did you know for best focus and energy you need to work in around 71 degrees and sleep at around 68? I can't believe you were in like 75. I don't even know what your booth must be.
The booth
At
gets
Clarac
really,
Rock
really hot. Why am I getting so many messages this morning? Yeah, huh? Oh, okay. Hey, I got the Raf Attack is following me. It was the message that I got, and that's one of my clients tell me they don't need me at 7:30 in the morning. Yeah, I just like I'm a cheapskate too. Like I will sit in this office throughout the day and it starts to get up to like 80, 81 degrees. And I'm like, I don't want to turn on the air conditioning. Although I shouldn't worry about it that much because we have solar. But I at this time of year, if I don't run AC, this room is on the second floor of the house and we've got those clay Adobe style tiles on the top of the house. And when the sun comes up over this room, it starts to bake in here. So the office, if you can imagine, if this camera is still working, you can see a little bit of the equipment. So imagine this mixing board and these units and that camera and then multiply it times 15 because I got way more equipment all jammed in all over the place over there. There's so much electronics in here. So it starts out in the morning like you just heard, it's like 75. Actually, it's 77 in here. It gets up to like 80, and then it gets to like 82 or 3 in the main area, and then in my booth, it gets to be like 85, 86 degrees in there, which is why this time of the year I do not wear a lot of clothes when I'm doing voice acting, and that bit me in the butt that one time when I used to have I took it out of there. Why people would want to watch me do voiceovers, I don't understand. But like when Zoom was becoming popular, everybody wanted to see you do the voiceover session. So I mounted a webcam in my voiceover booth, and most people didn't want to turn it on. But there, like I said, there was this big fad, like 2021, 2022. People are like, oh, let's all see you do the voice acting. And I didn't know. I had no idea. I didn't click the like don't share my screen or don't share my camera thing. And so for like the whole, and no one said anything for like a few minutes. I'm sitting there doing the voiceovers. I got no shirt on. The thing's at like a weird angle because I didn't know anybody was going to be looking at me. And then finally someone stopped me like, we can see you. We can see that you have no shirt on. So maybe mute the camera or put some clothes on. I was like, oh, oops, my bad. But yeah, because it gets to be like 1,000 degrees in there. And
Saracom 7808 says keeping the house at 68 in Texas would end up with a $500 light bill.
That's what.
Megan P 1111 says I've always been told I should be a voice actor. I just don't know how to start.
That's what everybody
Lenovo
says.
fan 2003 says rest in pieces. My right earphone. Jenny says oh geez.
You broke it. So many people like I don't know how to start. Like if you want to do something,
Max and Sawyer Archive says knock.
Nope.
Who's there? Broken
there?
pencil. Broken pencil who? Never mind. It's pointless. At Cadiff. One says voice acting seems so fun.
It is fun.
Saracom 7808 says ABC Jenny I'm a Houstonian. That's so cool.
Oh, Houston, the Houston Oilers, the organization that is no more. Your team left town. When I moved to San Diego, like the month that I moved here, the Chargers were leaving and going up to Los Angeles. It's gonna be like heartbreaking when your team, if you follow them, if they leave. Like that's gonna be so disappointing. Growing up a Patriots fan, they threatened to move to Rhode Island, but they didn't do it. I couldn't imagine if like the Patriots left or the Celtics or the Bruins or the Red Sox left. That'd be such a bummer. The person that was saying they want to get into voiceovers, but they don't know how to get started. I'm starting to, maybe this is just my morning filter being off, not have sympathy for the people that say that. Because if you wanted to do it, you'd figure it out. Like, oh, I wanted to do that, but it seemed hard, so I didn't do it. I'm like, well, guess what? You didn't want to do it. Because that's my whole motto on this channel in my life is you find a way. If it's something you really want to do, you do it. And, to help out those people, of course, I sat down and recorded 38 hours of material, which got cut down by the company I worked with to about 4 hours. I think it's like 3.5 or 4 hours. But to make life easier for people that want to get into voice acting, I did set up voiceuniversity.com. And if you watch all those videos, it takes you from I don't know how to get into voice acting to, hey, look, I'm actually getting voiceover jobs. Or at least you're getting the auditions and the opportunities. I don't know if you're going to get the jobs. Jobs are very, very hard to come by, and I'm very honest about that in the thing. But, someone was reaching out to me yesterday too, and they're like, I have a kid on the way, and I need to get into voice acting because I need to make money. I was like, whoa, that is not going to work out because it takes a long time. So I very, 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 very first started wanting to get into voice acting at 18, and what I did was I started getting into voice acting when I was 18. I started taking classes, and I started taking voice and articulation because I had a Boston accent. And I was very nasal, and I had to fix my voice. And then I, started taking acting classes and started doing production and learning how to make my own demos and stuff. And so I started that at 18, and then I think I started like booking with some sort of regularity at the age of 30. I'd had a few jobs here and there in between, and gotten a little bit of work in the business, but it takes forever to break in. I think 12 years might be on the slow side, but most people I've seen over the past 20 years of watching people get into voice acting usually takes them between 5 and 10 years. But if you want to do it, you do it. You get started. And the equipment these days is a lot easier. Like everybody can get a nice USB microphone.
Rora 404 says, hi, Pete.
Hi.
I love your videos.
Thank you. I love that you love my videos. What's the video for today?
Fedlin Fisherman 27 says the Patriot football field couldn't even fit in Rhode Island.
I know.
Jared Duss says, can you revert back to your accent if you want to? Can you put it on when you want?
I'm bad at it. Banana says, I've shut off that part of my brain, the Boston
Johnny BC
accent.
says, at Dorianton 7543 sending hugs.
I'm dancing to a song that you guys can't
says,
hear.
Yo, I love you.
I know you can't hear. I don't know why this is happening. It's coming from that
Striker
computer.
says, hey, Pete, I got a joke for you. Why are blind people bad at math?
I don't know. You got to give me the answer. Why are blind people bad at math?
7808 says, H-Town all day, Jenny. H-Town forever.
H-Town, that's Houston.
At Joni BC says, great question.
Great question.
At
Why are
Max
blind
and
people
Sawyer
bad at
Archive
math?
says, hi, Pete, do you travel much? Do you not like to travel?
I don't really like
At
traveling.
Jenny says, ha 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 ha.
I'm waiting for the answer to
At
the
Rodolph the Love
joke.
Knight says, hey man, first time catching live. You're
Hey.
an inspiration.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Glad
Fisherman
to
27
inspire.
says, because they can't see.
Okay, that's the joke. I don't get that
Shaheen.
joke.
40 says, can you say hi, I love you, bro?
Yes. Hi. I love you, bro. Or maybe he was saying, can you say hi? And then there's supposed to be a period. And he was telling, I love you, bro. I never got the answer. Why are black people bad at math? Unless
At
the
the
answer
blind
is,
striker says
there
they
we
don't
go.
know division.
They
Fedlin
don't
Fisherman
know
27 says no.
division.
That wasn't a joke. It was just a fact.
Okay. I get it. They don't know division. Get it? The robot voice, the robot voice made that one hard to get a little bit. Someone asked in the middle of that, I sound like I have asthma in the morning. Every morning I'm like, I don't know why. I wake up. This is why I usually do vocal warm-ups. But my vocal warm-up routine is 20 minutes, and I'm already waking up at 5:55 to get in here. I don't want to wake up at 5:35 to get in here. That's just too early. I know, Molly Burke, another blind creator on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, everywhere, I guess. She travels all over the place, but it's like her job. She has to. Her whole thing is going around and doing adventures as a blind person. Mine is basically going from here to right behind me. I get in the ocean and I surf. So fortunately, my life is not run by social media. I don't have to do stuff in order to make social media work. She has to generate all of her income from social media, and I literally pay to do social media. Still these days, I was making my effort. I was trying to make those long form videos, the cool surfing videos, the series called Surfing Blind. They're only 3.5 minutes long, but YouTube just would not feed them to anybody. So 5.5 years in, and I'm still not able to monetize social media, but whatever. So I don't have to travel. I don't have to do anything for social media. And I know I feel like I feel constant guilt about it. Like I know Banana would love to travel. I know she would love to go different places and see different things and do different things. But there's two factors in that for me. The first one is my job is entirely demanding, so I don't really get to go anywhere because of that. And the other thing is it's just difficult. Like it's just hard. It's hard to travel. It's hard to go places I haven't been before and walk down sidewalks I haven't walked down before. And it's asking a lot of Banana to help navigate different places and different crowds and find different restaurants and read different menus. It's like a lot. So and I knew that, which is why I kind of set us up at this amazing spot in this amazing city in this amazing part of the country. So and I had her, she decided that she wanted to design an amazing backyard for us. So we got the pool out there, the spool, and we're very happy in our spot. But we do not do a lot of traveling. In fact, I haven't even been back to Boston in the 10 years. I moved out here 10 years ago, and I have not been back.
Saracom 7808 says me too, Kimbo.
Me too, Kimbo. Whatever it is, I'm on Team Kimbo. Whatever you guys are me too.
Shinad Merton says 10,000% understandable. How's Banana doing? I think y'all are in the PNW, right?
What's the PNW? I don't know what that is. But
Siblin
she's doing
Lisbon says
good.
to any young blind person, make sure to set your goals 10 times higher than what other people think they should be. For me, I wanted a corporate job, got it. Now I'm stuck for Pete. He made it to a really high level, but his life also has restrictions.
It wasn't.
Novo Fan 2003 says I'm gonna try to glue the Pisces of my right earphone with a glue stick.
All right, but don't put it.
Shinad Merton says specific.
Oh no, I'm in Southern California. I'm in San Diego. PNW. I was like, what does that stand for? No, we're down in North County, San Diego, which is universally known as the best surfing spot in America. So many surfers out here. I meet so many surfers. Like I was from Florida. Like a lot of people get addicted to surfing. Like they have to do it. They have to be in the water. They got to go out there and they got to get waves every day. It's like this becomes this need, and I need to at least weekly. If I don't get out there on the weekends, I start to get like sad. Like Brooks, he went surfing on Sunday and the surf session was bad, and he's like, I can't have a bad surf session. It wasn't him. He didn't surf bad. The waves were just bad. And he like couldn't end the day on a bad surf session. So he actually he got up and went surfing first thing in the morning. That one didn't go well, and then surfed later again in the day. Like I need one good session a week. I'd like to get out both days, but as you all know, because I've been complaining about it endlessly, my right arm, my right shoulder is still like dangling out of its socket. So I usually get out there once a week. But if I can get out there once a week, I can get out of this room, I can get out of that booth. I'm very happy with that. Hold on, I'm mildly distracted because now the air is blowing super, super cold in here. Hold on a second. I'm going to talk to my robot.
I've set the upstairs to 77 degrees.
All right. It's the 75 degree air blowing on me is making me like cold. I'm sensitive in the morning. So yeah. Oh, that's what I was saying. Like he said like set your goals 10 times higher. Did I just turn the volume up like way louder? I think the volume was really quiet before. I think I just turned up the volume on all you people. But this job, they were saying that they set a corporate job, and things change. When I first wanted to be a voice actor, it wasn't about doing 50, 70, 110 sessions a day. The voice actors that I was modeling myself after, I saw their careers and I was like, I want to do that. I was talking to Nisha about this a little bit. Like I was following Don LaFontaine when I was a teenager, and he's the movie trailer guy. Like he's in a world, that's Don, and his career was he was up in LA, and he hired a limo because it was just easier for him to get to studio. And back in the day, he'd go to like 4, maybe 6 studios in a day. And he'd show up in his limousine, and he'd go in, and it was Don LaFontaine. Oh my God, it's Don. And he'd show up, and he'd walk in, and there was like, oh my God, it's the voiceover. They're gonna do the voiceover, because when you do a movie trailer, that's like the last thing. Like the last thing they do is the movie trailer. They do the sound design. They pick all the parts of the movie they're gonna use. They do the graphics. Everything's all done, and then the last finishing touch, like they call it the audio frosting, like the frosting on the cake. You come in and you do the movie trailer, and that was Don. So he'd have his limo bring him up to the front of the studio, and he'd go in there, and then treat him like royalty, and he'd be like, microphone check 1 2 1 2, and then in a world where one man has to fight against evil to save the planet. He'd do his Don LaFontaine thing, and it do a few takes. Maybe he didn't really need to because it was so awesome. He could get a one take Johnny, they'd call him, and then he'd talk to people, shoot the breeze for a few minutes, and then be on his way. And he would get paid a large amount to do that one session. Voiceovers became something different as I was becoming a voiceover actor. It wasn't about like this big one session where you had the director and the producer and everyone. Like now, because everybody has the ability to have a home studio, and it's just easier to get the job done technologically. I'm talking about. They know that they can shoot you 5, 10, 20, 30, 60, 80, 90, 100 pieces a day. And because you're not driving from studio to studio, and because everybody's so busy, most of my sessions, 95% of my sessions are undirected. So whereas in Don's day, they'd all want to, be on the line and directing, and like, this is what and that happens to me for the, the 5% of the jobs. Like if I book a national commercial, like the last one I did was for Jeep, and then I recently did one for a fast food chain that has not come out yet, so I can't mention it. But they'll want to direct that. But for the most part, my stuff is just like the copy gets sent to me, and it has to be read and turned around and back to them in a few minutes. And I have tons and tons of clients. So yes, the job that I thought that I was getting when I was 18, 19, 20 became something completely different. The industry completely changed. And that's, it's hard to play. You can't plan. You got to talk to people about like the comment just came through, like set your goals 10 times higher than you want. But it's hard to adjust for what the future is going to bring and how it's going to change. Like all these.
353 says, oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Good morning to you.
What's up, dude?
What's up? What's going on? Like all the poor people that were like coders and website builders. It's like, hey, your job just got replaced. Oh, that was kind of nice. When I started the show, I think it was Blind Fisherman said that, or maybe it was Blind Husband said that they enjoyed the show yesterday. I don't need to say the person's name. Someone sent me like an upset email. They're like, you and Brooks, you spent the whole show talking about AI, and I don't like hearing about that. I don't want you talking about AI. I was like, all right, I didn't mean to talk about AI. I just thought it was pretty funny. Did you guys catch the piece of videos?
14 says, remember to drink some water, everyone.
Yes, water is good. Water is good for you. The Canadian legislature guy. I mean, I'm just going to play this really quick because I think I still have it on the computer. This is a member of the Canadian legislature, and he was reading a speech that he had for himself.
Madam Speaker, another concern relates to expectations. One of the dangers associated with creating advocacy offices is that citizens often develop expectations that exceed the powers actually granted to those offices. Here's a more natural flowing version of that section that reads like a legislative speech rather than a series of short points. Madam Speaker, one of my concerns with this legislation is the potential.
That's what got us talking about. That's what got us into AI yesterday. Because what that
says, do you ever get annoyed when the TTS interrupts you?
Well, I'm doing it to myself. Like I'm turning it off and on. Like when I go to this scene and I put the text to speech on. But I don't know. Like I go to the scene.
Fedlin Fisherman 27 says AI got out of hand.
Yeah, it got out of hand fast. I go to the scene and sometimes there's a message there and sometimes there's not. I don't know why YouTube Shorts is actually the feed that sends me out to the most people. But yesterday it was very slow. I didn't get sent out to a lot of people. I think YouTube's like, all right, you're doing enough lives, buddy. Take it easy. So we didn't have a ton of messages coming in yesterday. So I'll switch over to that thing.
Bravo Fan 2003 says, gotta hope the left earphone won't fall apart again. By the way, I mean left earphone from the beginning.
Oh, well, geez. This whole time I was picturing your right earphone being broken, and now you go and tell me it's the left one. I feel a little bamboozled. Like I like to imagine things in my head, and this whole time I was imagining the right one being broken.
Jimbo 14 says, good luck.
But it was the left, and now I just need to rewire my whole thought process about you and your broken headphone. I don't know about the whole idea of gluing it together and then sticking it in your head. I would not be sticking a lot of glue inside your ear.
Interesting.
But one of these days, because I've been spending so much time doing these things, I'm just using these are like cheap little like Sennheiser earbuds, I think, and they're just little earbuds. I think they're only like $40 or $50 for these headphones. I really should look into getting some good in-ear monitors if I'm going to spend this much time with
Ronet 404 says, what's the clearest memory you can imagine?
anything. I can remember anything basically.
Flemothy says, Mr. Pete Surfman, how are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. How you doing? I'm good. I'm good. I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. That's mighty thoughtful. I'm good. I'm good, but not great.
Saracom7808 says that's so expensive.
For the headphones, I mean, I have a lot more
Real Gangster
expensive headphones than that.
156 says hi.
But it's my job. It's my job to
Kimbo14 says we have 16 on Twitch. Let's
do
help
audio.
get that number up.
Yeah, that's been like that's been.
Hack 2204 says I think TTS isn't reading the long form comments.
What do you
Lenovo
mean?
Fan
It
2003
should
says
be
the left earphone is getting taken out of service.
good. It sounds like it's dead.
7808 says I keep my headphones around $10 cause I lose them so often.
I don't, and
Real
I
Gangster 156 says WSP brew.
what's up, WSP? That's what's up. What's up, real gangster? What's up? I think Abdullah was saying that it's not reading the long. It's because it doesn't read every comment. Sometimes people freak me out. They're like, the comments aren't working, and it's because I only put it up, and Abdullah's eyesight is not awesome. Maybe not as bad as mine, but not
Real
awesome.
Gangster
So
156 says, bro, I'm a big fan.
oh, that's cool. I appreciate it. Love to have a real gangster as my fan. Reaching all sorts of levels of people out there, from nurses like Joni and Sarah to real gangsters. The show appeals to everybody. The text should be getting read as long as you guys see.
He says, can we get a sneak peek at your next YouTube short?
I wouldn't.
14 says I keep my AirPods on my keys so I don't lose them.
Oh,
That Jared does says
AirPods.
I misplace my headphones LOL, or I customize them and regret it.
Banana loses her AirPods all the time, but thank God they've got the little like which helps you find them. But sometimes that stupid thing like doesn't connect.
Smith Ige4 just says, hey Pete, this is
Well,
my
Gavin
first time
Smith.
seeing you live.
Hey, thanks for joining.
Real
Thanks
Gangster
for coming in.
156 says, haha bro, I love watching you.
That's cool. I appreciate that.
Bones says, good morning Pete and everyone in chat. I hope
Good
you all have a
morning.
fantastic day.
Good morning. It's good to
Robbie
hear
says
your
something
voice.
for everyone lol.
Yeah, little something for everyone.
7808 says my earphones end up in the laundry often.
Hey, Gavin, by the way, if you
27 says what does SP gang stand for? Salt and pepper maybe.
no, it's what's
Jared
up.
does says,
WSP
LOL,
is
about a
what's
random
up.
Teenager from Australia diverse.
I think.
Real
Yeah,
Gangster
that counts.
156 says no problem bro.
Yeah, if
Fan 2003 says I keep my newer earphones in my room or my backpack.
Real Gangster and Gavin, if I feel like both of your usernames are new, if you want to be hanging out with this cool group of chatters and me and Petey the Penguin more, I would strongly suggest if you don't have Twitch, or if you do, go follow me, Pete Gustin, over there. That's where I see the most repeat people, because all the other platforms don't do a very fantastic job of letting you know I'm on, especially YouTube Shorts. It's such a bummer. Like, YouTube Shorts does feed me to a lot of people, between 1,000 and 4,000 every time I do a show, and none of them ever come back. They're like, that was fun, that was cool. And then, you're not going to get YouTube Shorts does not notify you that I'm live. If you're subscribed to me and the horizontal is on and you have all of the bell notifications, you may find out. You can just believe me. So to this point, 75% of my followers on Twitch get notified when I go live. It tells me how many notifications got sent out, 75%. Now, granted, I've only got 810 followers over there. So, but then I look at the YouTube stats and says what percentage of people get notified. And the percentage is so low that it's below 1%, because I got 2.5 million followers. And it tells me that a lot of times they'll send out 20 to 21 notifications. I'm like, that's it? You're going to send out... So what is 20 out of 2.5 million? It's like 0.0001%. I'm like, that's not cool. Like, YouTube just wants me so hard to keep doing shorts. The person that was asking about the sneak preview of my YouTube short today is, I think it's called... Oh, you like the title of this one. It's one of those ones that makes Banana mad. She's like, yeah, there's kids that look at this stuff. It's actually called Roll Over and Turn Me On, is going to be the title of the video that's going to get posted on YouTube today at 10 o'clock p.m. Pacific. And it's about this right here. It's about this morning show. I want you to roll over in bed and turn me on. Turn on this stream so you can hear me in the morning. And then it's from a there's some clips from a previous video where I'm just using my morning voice, not my morning voice, but like my soothing voice to wake you all up and get you going. So that one, especially the Instagram crowd has been digging the fact that I'm a voiceover guy. So I thought that one might do well there. And it's a nice little way to plug the morning show as well, as I called this one on, let's see what time it is. It is Slide to Stop.
Lenovo Fan 2003 says I remember
go.
the poop story.
The poop story was just that one just came out on, when the heck did that one come out? Not that long ago.
Monkey
Like
100 L Game says hi.
5 days. What up, Monkey? Monkey 101 game. What's going on? If you guys have never been here before,
At Shmoyaho Clip says, oh no, I have missed 45 minutes.
what'd you do,
McCarthy Reed One
Shmoyaho?
says, as an author, a voice actor, and an audiobook listener, can a female narrate a story with male characters writing a story I want to publish and wanting to narrate it myself? At
Yeah.
Jerica says, I don't see your content much anymore. Happy I came across your live. I
Well,
love
I'm
when
happy.
people are live and actually interact with their viewers.
I like that too. That's why we did
Says,
that.
how are the waves?
Ooh,
Lola Topors just cheered
Lola.
200 bits.
Lola.
Good morning, Pete.
Good morning.
I know I seem threatening, but I promise you I'm not actually going to take banana away from you. Lol. Also, how many new words have you learned from that one person giving you the word of the day in your comments? Also, I hope you have a nice day.
Thank you. Look at Lola waking up early before she starts her 2-week liquid diet, which, you know what? I was going to say how horrible it is, but I'm going to say the opposite. I'm going to say it's going to go great. It's going to be difficult, but the best things come from the most difficult tribulations. So I think you're going to get through it. I think you're going to come out the other side. I think your tummy's going to be feeling better. I know that every time Banana, she didn't talk about it last night. She didn't want to talk about gut health all night, but she didn't have a parasite, but she did a parasite cleanse because she was just doing anything and everything to just try and get her gut in shape. So, and she did a soup diet for a bunch of days at one period. It wasn't 2 weeks straight, but if there's anything you can do to make your gut get better, I mean, it's worth it, because walking around with a bad belly all the time sucks. So best of luck on that. She is talking about the word of the day. I should have known that. It's either her, Kimbo, Sarah does it sometimes, but it's mostly like the Lola Tupaz noise. You can get that to trigger by doing 200 bits or more on Twitch. Same effect, $3 or more super chat on YouTube. Surprised the heck on me. I did not think you'd be awake this morning, Lola. Good morning to you. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, Zen Moonmaster is the first person to comment on my YouTube videos. And like, this person comments within like 8 seconds of a, what's going on? Who's messaging? Oh, yeah, it's just a friend of mine. We both listen to the same morning show, but now I compete with that morning show, so I don't listen. So Zen Moonmaster, like within 8 to 10 seconds, will post, he calls it the word of the day. And I know a lot of words, because words are my business. Like, I know a lot of words. And sometimes he gets them from like a website, and then he like Googles how to use them, and I'm like, technically that's how you use that, but that's not exactly how you use it. The words that he does that are like a specific insect breed, or like a word for like the study of microorganisms beneath the permafrost or something. He'll throw out words. I'm like, wow, I would never use that word. But most words, I think he did sagacious the other day. I feel like I know most of them. I'm pretty good at words, but it's awesome to have like that kind of engagement. Like to have someone every day pop into your video.
Ericum 7808 says Zen Moon is the most dedicated follower.
He really is, but you know what? I'm not down on or out on, but like I wish Zen Moon would like come here.
2204 says my gut is horrible so often. Oh yes, word of the day guy. Yes, I read it a few times.
Yeah, well, Abdullah is also. I think you comment basically every day on every video, and I do hear it every day. And I feel like sometimes you're just letting me know. You're like, that one was funny. I appreciate it.
Edwin Fisherman 27 says, Yo Pete,
Yep.
do you have any tips on how I can make college easier for my meteorology degree?
Oh, cool! You're doing a
Jared
degree
says
in
I'll have to go now.
meteorology.
Pete, have a good day. It's
All right.
midnight in Australia, so I'll have to go. Enjoy your day. I love
Crikey.
you with the word ragamuffin.
Ragamuffin is a
Renato
good
Fan
one.
2003 says I gave up on the left earphone. Angel 3 Friday.
Just get some new ones. Hold on, I want to remember the two things I was talking about. Zen Moon Master. Remind me, the Zen Moon Master, and how do you make college easier for your meteorologist? That's awesome. You're going to be a meteorologist. That's very cool. But yeah, Zen. I don't know why Zen doesn't come and be a part of this community. He's literally been like leading the charge of my channel in terms of being the first commenter. He wrote fan fiction for a while. Is just very supportive of all the videos. Yeah, there's a super chat.
At Rain17 tipped $5 through Super
Wow.
Chat.
Thank you, Rain.
Hi.
Hi.
George here.
George.
We've talked a few times. In modern day trailers, why do they seem to give the whole movie away? Please say hi Tor and Amber. Thanks.
You know, it's a good question. I feel like, I don't know, it's because people just have like no attention span. I think they just give you the whole thing and hope that the people with the low attention span like get a part of it. I mean, the trailers, if you go and watch, it's called the Red Trailer, and you watch a trailer, they do like these like 5-minute trailers. I'm not going to sit here and trash the trailer industry because then they'll be like, fine, we're not going to hire you if you don't like them. But I do like the old ones where they didn't show you the whole movie. They kind of like set up an event or something, like someone's like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, and then you could watch the trailer and then you could watch the movie and they'd be so different, but not different that like you got like, oh, I got sold a bill of goods there. That was something different. But they'd use the clips from the movie to make you interested to watch the movie that would then unfold in front of you and you'd be like, oh, this is enjoyable. It was like a tease. But you're right, now these red trailers, these 5-minute things, it's like the Cliff Notes version of the movie. And then at the end of those, maybe I'm just a little jaded. Thank you.
Epic_event just followed.
Thank you, Epic Even. I appreciate your following over on Twitch. We're getting a little slow on Twitch. I was doing like 10 new followers a day, and now it's down to like 2. But come on over to Twitch. Follow Pete Gustin. Make Steve pop up on the screen. Make me happy. I want to get to 1,000 before the end of the summer. Here we are, July. Last day of July. No, it's the 30th. There's one more day of July. Is that right? Is there 31 days in July? I think there are. So I've got August and then 3 weeks and 6. So I got 7 weeks to get 200 followers. Can I do that? Can we do that? I want to get to 1,000. It'll make me feel cooler over on Twitch. And Zimu Master. I don't know why he's not part of this community. I don't know why he doesn't do the live. I mean, I do evenings on Tuesday and Wednesday. I do mornings on Thursday and Friday. And I even woke up early on Monday this week. So there's opportunities. But how do you make college easier? Here's how you make life easier. It drives me crazy that people organize your time better, utilize your time better. Procrastinating is just there's a lot of procrastinators out there, but it like hurts me to watch people procrastinate. I'm like, you could have been done. Like that could have been done. You could have been on to the next thing and you could have been doing something else while you're doing this thing. I'm a huge multitasker and I organize my time down to the second in order to be as efficient as I possibly. I mean, you might think I'm insane if I could show it to you over there. I have 2 layers of equipment on my desk over there. I have a keyboard up here and a mouse up here, and then I have a left-handed mouse on the second level and another mouse on the other level, and each level has different things that I'm doing because I'm doing audio and video editing and I'm writing emails and scripts and stuff. And I have 2 mice in 2 different areas because it saves me time. If I'm working down below and then I have to move up to the mouse on the top, that's like a second of lost time. This sounds crazy, I know, but I do so much stuff throughout the day that like the seconds start to add up. I try to be as efficient a human being as I possibly can. Even as a kid, I remember I used to like watch TV. And I used to like to exercise when I was younger. I'm talking like when I was like 10, 11. I was like just starting to get into like being active and stuff. And I would only allow myself to watch TV if I alternated doing sit-ups during one commercial break and push-ups during the next commercial break. Like I'm always trying to be doubly efficient. And if you are, even when I do my workouts these days, I do my workout and I also do my balance training. Balance training is extremely important if you're trying to surf, and even more important if you're trying to surf blind because things are happening to you that you don't see coming, waves, backwash, bumps, and you're kind of getting thrown all over the place. So while I'm doing my weightlifting, I will try and do my balance training as well. I'll stand on one foot while I'm doing curls or something like that. So if you're in school and you're trying to get your degree in meteorology, I would just say, make sure that your time is well utilized. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do I post every day on YouTube, and now I'm doing a show every day on YouTube, and I'm reading 80 pieces of copy a day, and now I'm running the Blind Penguin frothing hand soap company, and all the other many things that I do. I finished narrating a book, wrote a book a little while ago. It's because my time is very, very, very well utilized, and these days I don't sleep very much. But yeah, if you're trying to get your degree, just be organized and don't, spend time procrastinating. I feel like that's the villain in anybody's story is procrastinating and not being productive. I feel like that was a rant more than an answer.
Saracom 7808 says one of my biggest tips is find and learn with a learning style that works and is interesting for you.
That too.
At Rain
Does
17 says sorry, Amber and Tor maybe, probs not.
Amber and
Kimbo
Tor
14
maybe.
says also don't be afraid to ask for help from your professors and peers. That is
If
what
you-
they are there for.
If you got good professors.
Renavo Fan 2003 says my old earphones are now out of service. Now it's just my newest earphones and older headphones.
Okay. A lot of headphone drama.
27 says organization is not my strong suit.
I mean, I feel like you can take classes in organization. I had a friend who just took classes in
Saracom
being.
7808 says I had terrible professors lol.
Yeah, my professors were the effing worst. I loved a small handful of my professors at Boston University. I liked Sue Perenio and I liked Chris Cakebread, and then my abnormal psychology teacher. His name was Tibor Palfai. Those are the three that I remember that I liked, and literally every other professor that I had was garbage, just complete and utter garbage. I paid top dollar for this education at an expensive university, Boston University, and I feel like they were just useless. I have so many bad things to say about Boston University. All the learning that was done there was done in spite of the terrible instruction. It was one of those universities that hire people with names, like, you know, in the psychology department, they're like, this guy has 75 published papers and is respected around the world. And then he'd show up once, maybe twice throughout the thing. And it'd basically just tell you what he was doing and how awesome he was and how amazing he was in his career. And then he'd just leave the TA to teach you. I'm like, is this what it's like to be at a major university that attracts these big names? I hated it. I hated everything about that, but I worked through it. I studied, I learned what I needed to learn. I got my degree, and then I went into my job in radio immediately afterwards. I graduated early from Boston University. I just wanted to get the hell out of there. I couldn't stand the whole organization. So I was supposed to graduate in 2000. I was supposed to graduate in May or June of 2000, but I graduated a little early. I got out in November, December of 1999, just because I wanted to get out of there. But yeah, if you got good professors, feel free to lean on them and ask them questions. If you got crappy ones, then it's all on you.
Makes more sense.
Organization is definitely, if that's something, if you say that's not your strong suit, I would say try and find a way. But, you know, I wouldn't say she's...
Saracom 7808 says for nursing schools, everybody who fails the licensure exam on their first attempt risk their accreditation with the state board, so it's more important for them to weed you out than to support you.
That makes
At Rain
sense.
17 says my apologies. I was trying to ask, please say hi to Amber and Tor. I think you're amazing. They're seeing you for the first time. Thanks.
Oh, are
Can't
they-
wait to buy your penguin soap.
Oh,
Read a
cool.
book in school.
Is Amber
Kimbo
in...
14 says, oh Pete, the bottom of the soap bottles does in fact say Pete.
Nice.
At
That is
Tony
cool.
BC says I had one horrible clinical instructor in nursing school. It was so bad. Doctors were jumping in to help.
Oh, crap. Sorry about that. Hi, Amber and Tor. The text-to-speech saying, like, Amber and Tor. I'm like, I don't know what the heck it is saying. But if you guys are, I don't know, maybe you're the sister and brother or kids of the person that was messaging, but whoever Amber and Tor are, hello, good morning. Thank you for watching. Oh, where's my, I was looking for my bottle of soap. I had it on the ground, but I think Banana probably booted it yesterday when she was here. Hold on, I can't find it. Oh, jeez, I just pressed the mouse. I hope I didn't, shouldn't be moving around with so much equipment around here. I hope I didn't. Hey, there you go.
Clip just followed.
That was fun. I feel like I want to hear your username constantly because clip was that's one of the more fun things that I think that the robot voices had to say. Clip followed on Twitch. You should do the same. Everybody should come over to Twitch. If everybody on YouTube Shorts all of a sudden all just came over and followed on Twitch, then you'd all get to be part of the cool community. You'd all get to hear your usernames, and then you get me closer to my goal of 1,000. What do I get for 1,000? Nothing. But I just get to grow the channel and have more people hanging out with me in the morning.
Because I am overwhelmed by just existing.
Well, that's a lot. Overwhelmed by existing. Existing blind is overwhelming. It's you know, I'm trying to find a bottle of soap.
Sean Grayling 23 says, good day Pete, how are you? You told me yesterday that you did voiceovers for Ackermans, but I can't seem to find any commercials with your voice. When did you work with them?
I worked with
Veteran
them
Fisherman 23.
from like 2012 to about 2022. So I was the voice of Ackermans for 10 years, but not the commercials. Like literally when you were walking around in the store listening to the radio station in Ackermans. In Ackermans, you would hear me all day doing the breakers, like new music, check out the morning show, the Padima breakfast. It was, I mean, they had me reading pages and pages and pages of copy, So if you were shopping in an Ackermans in South Africa from 2012 to 2022, you definitely heard me a lot. But they were sending so much copy, and it was fun. Like for a while, I was just kind of like the way I keep saying, like, I want to get more followers on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch just because it's fun. It's fun to have more people and to grow the social media. I was enjoying growing my international voiceover presence. I was doing work in Sri Lanka and South Africa and Korea and Japan, Venezuela. Man, I was all over the place. I'm in the south of France. Did some work in Germany. I was literally like, when someone hit me up from another country. Hold on, I'm getting a message here. No, okay. And yeah, whenever anybody hit me up from anywhere on the planet, I was like, yes, I want to do voiceovers for you. But a lot of the international work wasn't paying that great, and Ackermans was sending me so much copy, like 3 pages a week. Thank you.
Burp I Little Kid just followed.
Burp I Little Kid, or it could be Burpy Little Kid. It's probably Burpy, BURPI, Burpy Little Kid. Thank you. All of the Twitch names, I say this every time, but the Twitch names are the effing best. If it was Burpy Little Kid, I like that one.
Demonic Shadic just followed.
Demonic Shadic? Demonic Shade Dick? Hold on, this is... All right, cool. That is a hunting show that I work for that needs some voiceovers in a little while. Demonic Shadic and Burpy Little Kid. Thank you for the follows. Anybody else with a cool username or even a boring username, if you want to come on over and follow on Twitch, we'll get that number up. But yeah, I was reading so much copy for Ackermans that it wasn't working with my. I needed to dedicate my time towards. It was fun to grow the international audience. There was a certain point at a certain time when my voice could be heard on every continent except for Antarctica. And maybe it still is. Because I did so much, I can't imagine they like deleted it all. I was working in like Zaire. I was working in different parts of Africa as well as South Africa. But yeah, I had to cut out Ackermans. And that was a voiceover for a hunting show called Winchester Deadly Passion. If you guys have ever seen that, starring Melissa Bachman.
27 says, and everyone not nude.
Yes.
Lola Topors just cheered 200 bits. Since you have an NDA for your voiceovers, does Banana also have to sign an NDA because she lives with you?
She doesn't really care about my stuff. And she doesn't have like a biggest, that's an interesting thing. I mean, no, I think when you sign an NDA, like if you're a government informant or something and they make you sign an NDA, they're assuming you don't tell your significant other. But I generally don't tell her, there's no need to tell her ahead of time, because then I'll be like, I did a voiceover for, big company. And she'll be like, cool, can I see it? And I'll be like, no, it's not out yet. So the point is to not blow the surprise of the commercial or the promo or something like that. And, just telling her that I got a particular job isn't that exciting. It's more fun when I can show it to her or let her hear it, bring it up on my phone or my computer and be like, hey, check out this thing that I did. She'll be like, that's cool. Thank you.
Cherry Garcia 1312 just followed.
I think that's the third Cherry Garcia we've got. We got a bunch of Cherry Garcia fans, which I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if it's saying Cherry Garcia or Jerry Garcia, but Banana's favorite band is the Grateful Dead. So no, that's a good question though. But yeah, like literally all, like so many of my voiceovers, they just, thank you.
Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-tat just followed.
What? Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta? If Banana can't hear me through the wall right now, she can be like, oh no, he's having a seizure. There we go. Thank you.
We reached our followers goal of 820. Thank you, everyone.
So that thing, thank you, everyone. But now it resets. Now I've got a goal of 830. It's automated. So I told the people from Twitch, I'm like, I want to have a goal of 1,000. Like, I want to put that up there. And they're like, you're not going to get that in a day. They like give people a more achievable goal. So I think it resets every time. If you're on Twitch right now, it probably says, the goal of probably says 8:30, and then it says, numbers to go, 10, something like that. So let's see. I've never hit 2 goals in one day. That'd be kind of fun. But thank you to ta and all the other fun followers over there. And yeah, I never thought about that, Lola. Like make everybody in the house sign an NDA. I think the smart, it would be bad. It would be, and if I got that reputation, I mean, all the scripts I get, they say like, this is not meant to be shared with people on social media in any public forum. The disclaimers at the top of my scripts are pretty extensive. And if you let one slip by accident, I don't know, they might be like, dude, that was not cool. But if you become a person who like blows it and reveals scripts, because they're a lot of times commercials are positioning yourself, like if you're doing one for Pepsi or Coke or Burger King or McDonald's, like they're positioning themselves against the competition. And if you, as the stupid voiceover person, I mean, talk about like a low man on the totem pole, they've got directors and writers and producers and actors and editors and, creative direct, like all these people. And then the voiceover guy goes and says, oh, I did this job and it was about this commercial. It featured a hippopotamus eating a hamburger. And then you screw up their campaign, like you're never going to work again. So it definitely behooves you to follow the rules and not disclose what you're doing. And the other thing that'll get you booted out of the industry very fast is by not being responsive. That's why everybody's like, why do you run? Like, why do you literally run to go do your voiceovers? Because I have a reputation of being able to get my voiceovers done for anybody that needs one in 5 minutes or less. From the moment they send the email to the moment that they receive one back from me with the finished voiceover, it's 5 minutes or less. That is my turnaround time. And that is amongst the best in the industry. I am known in the industry for being fast on my return work, and it's quality work. I'm not just going blah, 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 blah. Like it's top quality work at a top notch speed. But if you're the type of person who doesn't get work done fast, then they just stop sending it to you. It's like a sure way to get yourself booted out of the industry. One of the more eye-opening moments of my life, of my career at least, is it was 2017, so quite a few years ago, but Banana and I just moved out here, and we got invited to an industry party up in LA. It was Gabrielle Carterice's house. She used to be from Beverly Hills 90210, and she was the SAG-AFTRA president, and she invited all the voiceover people up there. And the top guy at the time, the guy that was doing all the Marvel Avengers movies and everything, the number one voiceover guy in the country, I looked up to him hugely, was a dude by the name of Scott Rummel. And we got there, and someone's like, oh, everybody's being kind of quiet because Scott's in the closet. We're like, what? And it was literally, I told Banana for years, like, she'd been dating me. We started dating in 2013. And so this is 4 years later. And she knew me, like, I would run. Like, if we were out at a restaurant, I'd try and, like, either she had to get me home in a hurry, or I'd have to at least get to the car and try and read a quick voiceover into a USB powered microphone into my phone. And she thought I was a crazy person. She's like, you're always, like, dropping everything to read copy. And then so we get to this party, and everybody's kind of hush. Everybody's being a little quiet. Because Scott's in the closet, and he was reading for whichever Captain America was out in 2017, and he had his iPad, and he had his microphone, and the closet was the best recording spot because you go into a closet and it has a bunch of clothes in it. And, if you're doing the middle of a room like this, you'll hear like the echo and the room noise. But he went into the closet and he read for Captain America, and then he went out and went amongst his business. And Banana's like, "Oh my God, it's a thing! You all do it." Like, yeah, when copy needs to be read, it needs to be read right then and there, as the editors and directors and everybody are all sitting there waiting on you to do your voiceover so that they can drop it into the spot and finish it. So yeah, it's a real thing. And when people say they want to get into voiceovers as a side business, like I want to pick up some extra money, I was like, nah, man, this is a full time.
Edwin Fisherman 27 says, "Are you the only blind voiceover actor that you know of?"
Deadpool Wolverines just followed.
Thank you, Deadpool Wolverines. I appreciate that. 831. Thank you for the follows this morning. I feel like I'm successful each morning when I pick up extra follows on Twitch, because when it's fun to watch / listen to people in Twitch, like new people. I forget the username yesterday. Like someone just showed up, and in the Twitch chat, they start forming this little community, and you get to recognize each other's names and voices and stuff. I'm certain there's more, because I've been hit up by people that are like, I'm blind and I'm a voice actor too. I don't know of any other blind voiceover people in my agency. And my agency's pretty huge, and I don't know of any other blind voice actors that are competing in the type of work that I do. There definitely are some. But I feel like, not the mistake, but maybe the misconception I get from a lot of people who are blind, and they're like, you're blind and you're a voice actor, I want to do that. The hardest thing about being a blind voice actor is the fact that
That creepy Gary guy just followed.
What up, that creepy Gary guy? Thank you for the follow. I'm telling you, people. I mean, I don't get to hear the usernames of a lot of other platforms because Twitch is the only one that reads them to me out loud. But I kind of love all the usernames. That creepy Gary. Now I got that creepy Gary guy watching me. I feel a little weird about that. Hi, that creepy Gary guy. Stop looking at me like that. You're creeping me out. But you have to, if you want to be a blind voiceover actor, you have to learn, the very first thing you have to do is either learn Braille really fast, because you have to be able to read the Braille at the level they need you to speak at, or you need to develop a ridiculous memory. So you listen to it in text to speech and then you memorize it, or you do what I do. You have the ear prompter rolling and the speech is coming in and you're repeating it back. And I tell people, I'm like, you need to spend at least 2 years figuring out how, if you're blind and you're trying to be a voice actor, you need to spend 2 years figuring out how you're going to get the copy. Then you need to spend the next 20 years of your life learning how to be a good actor. So it's the learning curve of being a blind voice actor is steep. But then again, the learning curve of doing anything blind is very steep. So I think people understand that when they're...
Husband says, imagine like a 90 degrees closet and it's hot and you're in there for like 14 hours. That would drive me crazy.
Well, I get to go in and out and in and out. When I first set up this whole area, I only had the editing station in the closet. And it's a big closet. It's 8 by 10, 8 by 8. I don't know. It's pretty. It's not like I'm standing in a
At John
tiny...
Casetterlin of Family says, do you like Westerns? Tats ta-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
What?
Kimbo 14 says, like, no, that would be insane.
I think he was asking if I like Westerns. I'm the voice of the Western Channel, Outlaw, on the free TV network, all the movie trailers that they do. You can hear me doing movie trailers nonstop.
B4S says, hey, Pete.
On Outlaw, the Western Channel. Oh, yeah, my room is... So when I first had this whole house built, I was just working in that closet, the 8 by 8. I think it's 8 by 8. I don't know. But all day I'd just sit in there like 12, 14 hours a day, just sit in that closet all day. And then eventually I decided to double all the equipment that's in the closet.
One says, wait, seriously, that's awesome.
Is also out here. So I get to go into the big room. It is better than just sitting in a closet all day.
BC says, Ruby Edward, it's practice, practice, practice.
Everything is practice, practice, practice. Everything you want to get good at is practice. Time, dedication, organization, follow through, and finding a way. Because I realized that Banana and I moved to San Diego. I'm like, we moved to San Diego. We're by the beach. I'm trying to learn how to surf, but I'm spending 14 hours a day in a closet. So it doesn't sound much better that I get to...
Zetterlin of Family says poop.
You just hear saying stupid words. Cool for you. And now we turn off the text to speech. It's like putting kids in timeout. Sometimes I feel like a underpaid teacher because I have to. Well, you've been bad. Now I got to turn off the text to speach. But it does. It allows me, and and this doesn't sound like much either because I get neurotic about the fact that I sit still a lot. So, I surf on the weekends, try and get my exercise in that way, but I also do crazy workouts every day. But the fact that I am doing 80 to 100 sessions a day means I'm bouncing back and forth between the two stations. So I'm up and I'm down and I'm up and I'm down and I'm up and I'm down. So at least I get some motion and some movement and get the blood flowing. Because I did realize when I was doing 80 sessions a day and I was just sitting in that closet all day, every day, I was like, yeah, I'm going to die just sitting in this stupid closet. We can turn the text on. I don't know what time it is. It is.
Concentrating and see if you can improve.
It's 7:28. It's later than I thought.
It's like, what the heck did he just try and say, lol?
I don't know what that person tried to say. I didn't know it was 7:28. What time did I got on it?
Tony BC says Isaac Daniel. He loved doing the SpongeBob movie trailer.
It was a good time. It was fun.
At Johnagod 1101 says the guy said poop.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing ever, but he was not contributing.
9 says, hello, do you remember me? I asked what your favorite food was yesterday. Sarah
guess.
7808 says, Lola, please check mod chat.
Oh, that was like the last question. I was talking about ribs. Yeah, I do remember that. I actually do remember that. Go brain. As I was finishing up the show yesterday, I was saying that my favorite food is ribs. And then what did I have last night? No, I didn't have ribs. I had
Shmoyaho Clip says, what time do you wake up?
I had a BLT for dinner last night. Well, this morning I woke up at 5:55, and then I got in here, and I think I started up at 6:15. So it took me 20 minutes to give Skylar her morning treat, me to come in, turn on the computer, set up all the different platforms I go to, get the text-to-speech working, find Petey the Penguin, set him up. So now it's actually easier for me to set up Petey the Penguin. When he was on the other side of the couch, I kind of had to guesstimate exactly.
Sarah, have a good day.
exactly where he was. But now, Petey the Penguin, if you, I don't know, you probably can't see it. Maybe you can see it in this view. I don't know. He's literally, I know I put him, he straddles the two cushions, and then that's where Petey the Penguin lives now. So I saved a few seconds of setup by knowing where the heck I was supposed to put him. So yeah, it took me 20 minutes to get on the air. I thought I could be able to do it faster, but there's a lot of equipment in here. Oh, here's my 7:30 a.m. alarm saying, Pete, it is time for you to start doing voice acting. So I guess, unless anybody has some last minute awesome questions or anything, I could stay for another 5 minutes. Well, I don't know. I got.
One says, "Oh wow, that's super early for me. The stream started at like 8 something."
Well, you
Kimbo
must
14
be
says, "I
in
like
Central
this little seat on the
Time.
towel, lol."
I know.
Chod 6 says, "I forget you're in a different time zone. It's 10:29 a.m. here in Massachusetts."
What up, Massachusetts? That's my
Butterworth
home.
says, "Blind Penguin deserves a mascot name."
Petey.
Rain17 says, "George here. Love that you actually speak to those who watch you. Makes you more human. Amber and
I-
Tor are my GF and best friend. Hi, Banana. All right. We'll keep
okay.
watching and stop interrupting. Damo."
No, I like the
Blind
interrupting.
says, "Have a great day, everyone. Bye, Sarah. Bye, Pete. Bye, Lola. Bye, Lenova."
Bye, bye, bye,
Dave
bye.
says it's 3:30 p.m.
What up, Blind
Rudy
Dave?
Redford 333 says,
p.m.
"I have been practicing, but I don't."
Tata just followed.
Whoa, that was the craziest thing the text-to-speech has ever done. Just followed. That was a lot. Yeah, and the blind penguin over there, he wears the sunglasses, and in the afternoon show when I have the lights on, I am also wearing the sunglasses, so we look like twins. That was the oh, and his name is Petey. That's Petey the Penguin. I'm Pete, the blind surfer / voiceover guy / streamer / author / everything else that I do. And thank you for saying hi, friend of Amber and Tor, to Banana. She's in the next room being normal and sleeping.
Sean Grayling 23 just followed.
Thank you, Sean Grayling 23. I appreciate the follow. I couldn't. It's you have to throw like numbers if you're trying to use your name, and you have to use numbers at the end of it. I tried to get Pete Gustin on Instagram, and I couldn't get it. Someone took it. They had it, and they've been hoarding it, and I couldn't get it from them. I was like, this sucks. I was like, that's my name. I want to use it. But I'm Pete Gustin on Twitch. I'm Pete Gustin on TikTok. And then I'm Blind Surfer on YouTube. And I'm Blind Surfer Pete Gustin on Instagram and Facebook. I know. If you type in my name or Blind Surfer on social media, you'll find me somehow. But yeah, Pete Gustin on Twitch is how people have been finding me and doing the follows. That I want to go back and listen to that one. I think it happened right at 7:30 my time. The one that was it's kind of funny, just how making the text to speech have a little bit of a fit. Oh, I can hear the birdies. Can you guys hear the? Oh, of course, I bring attention to it, and then they stop doing it. There's really
At Joni BC says Petey is the mascot for blindpenguin.com, his soap company.
That's true. He
At
is.
Shadow X809 says, "What's your favorite drink?" Lenovo Fan 2003 says, "Slow creeping towards the end."
You know which one? I've been enjoying the C4 Jolly Rancher sour green apple drink because I like me some energy drinks. Not in the morning, usually around 4 o'clock.
At Shadow X809 says, "What's your favorite drink?"
I'm in the middle of answering that right now. Now that you asked twice, I'm not going to finish it. I know people that because I only put the text to speech up every so often. I feel bad for Joni and the other mods. They're like stop asking the same question again and again. It's because they know the text to speech isn't up all the time, so they keep asking the same one, hoping that I press the button eventually. The mods try and discourage that, but the way it works for me is I only hear it when I hear it. But yeah, all right, I'm a fan of the C4 energy drink. For soda, regular soda, I don't know. I think I like a good Dr. Pepper, maybe a Mr. Pibb, maybe a Mountain Dew. Non-carbonated drink.
Ashnoyaho Clip says, "Do you see dreams?"
Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of videos about that. I see very, 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 very clear. Iced tea to finish the last thought. I like iced tea for a non-carbonated
The
beverage.
Agreed one says, "Does Petey have a surfboard too?"
He does not, but we should get him one. Oh, and I think Kimbo noticed that he's on a towel, which is I needed him to be raised up like the extra, however much this is, like 3 inches, probably maybe 4 inches. I just needed him to be raised up a little bit so that he could be in the frame. So I was told. But having him on a towel is a little cheapskatey. I feel like I need to. What I want. Yeah, maybe that's what I could get. Maybe I could get like a. Ooh, that's a good idea. I was actually thinking about trying to get like a little like piece of ice. Like he's like, you know, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a little mini glacier that he could be sitting on. I was going to try and have something like that made up. But maybe if I could get like a 2-foot long surfboard that was thick enough, I could raise him up on that. That's smart thinking. Good thinking, Kimbo. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to put you guys back up. I'm going to try not to get distracted because I do have to go do vocal warm-ups and then voiceovers. So I'm going to fire off my adios music. Happy trails to you kiddos, because I got to get out of here. So in 25 minutes, my new video of the day will get posted on TikTok, and then at 10 o'clock, 2 hours and 25 minutes from now, is that right? It'll get posted on YouTube, and then...
MR Viper3 says you subscribed for emails when you made your account. Kimbo14 says a mini surfboard would be cute, but it wasn't my idea. Lol.
Okay, well,
says have a nice day, everyone.
I gave you credit for it.
Garth the Greek one says they might sell toy surfboards. Have banana look on Amazon.
I will have her look on Amazon.
See you later, Pete. Gavin out.
Thanks, Gavin. Thanks for joining.
1101 says what's your favorite food? Pete minus French fries.
Watch the end of yesterday's show.
Says the blind husband and Jenny say bye to all of you. Have a great day.
Thanks, blind husband and Jenny. Thanks, everybody.
Deadpool Wolverine says see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Deadpool Wolverine. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. Anybody else wants to follow on Twitch, I will get notified, even if I'm not here. I get to hear it. I have it running in the background. It goes doodly-doo-doo-doo-doo. Tells me your name.
Says okay by EP.
Abdullah, I'll heal you in the comments section of my new video in a little bit. Thanks, everybody.
Says have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
Lenovo Fan 2003 says bye. See you next stream. At Shmoyaho Clip says BQ 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 BBQ. At Larabichod6 says thank you for saying I bet you could find a small pillow shaped like a surfboard to put him on. At Primcube says bye Petey. At Joni BC says have a great day everyone.